He's a DJ, producer, artist with millions of plays on his music, and he's caught interest from major artists such as Tiesto and Diplo. He's making waves in the music scene, fresh off the stage from Summer of Sound. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Haus of Panda. Welcome back to the Two for Rise podcast, aka the #1 podcast in Winnipeg. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. We're at Summer of Sound.
Yes, sir.
I want to give a huge thanks to Summer of Sound, Stephen Hua, and the whole team here for letting us set this up. It's not our studio, but we're excited. We're doing a lot of episodes here, so there might also be a lot of cuts. There's a lot going on.
Yep.
But
we're going to show you the Summer of Sound experience pretty much. And it's going to be a crazy one, so stay tuned.
Let's get into the episode.
Woo.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Haus of Panda.
Yo, what up? Thanks for having me, yo.
He's coming off of his set right now. How was it?
Good, man. I'm sweating. It was hype.
Was there nerves before? What was the feelings going in before? And now that it's finally done, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, anytime it's like a festival, I have a little bit of nerves before I go up. But I mean, once you start playing it, it's like you just get used to it, right? So,
Yeah, no. I was listening to your set. I had the chance to go out and go it. I was like, yes,
hey,
let's go.
Thanks, bro.
Of course, man.
You're vibing.
Yeah, man.
100%. Let's take it back to how you started this journey. Where did Haus of Panda start?
Right here in Winnipeg, bro.
Yeah,
let's
right here
go.
in Winnipeg. Yeah, before Haus of Panda, I was just DJing under a different name.
Yeah.
For like 6-7 years. And then 2017 I decided I want to make music, I want to produce. So I made a whole new project, Haus of Panda, where it's just like, my music and like not just DJing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then as far as your journey goes, how long did it take? What was like the ups and downs, the road to get to where you are now?
Oh man, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's hard work, right? You gotta be at it every day. You gotta be like kind of like obsessed with making music and building your brand and stuff, right? So, I mean, like my first year, I with Haus of Panda project, I found like support from like Diplo, Tiesto and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, they started playing my music at like festivals or whatever, right? So, yeah.
What was that feeling like, man? Those are some big names.
No, that's huge. I mean, because I was DJing for so long, playing these guys' music and stuff, and then to finally like start making music, and then within my first year get support. It's awesome, right? So,
that's awesome.
How did they? Let's go.
That's Jack for you over there.
How did they get in touch with you, or how do you think they got your music, and what do you think resonated with them for them to show you love?
I think it's just like the label promoting out, like the label will send out my music to all these artists or whatever, right? So I mean, they check it, they dig it, and then they support it, right? Yeah. That's,
okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
So what was that? Talk to me about that grind. Like making music and finally finding a name for yourself. It's definitely not easy.
No, it's not.
What was that struggle like?
You just gotta be different. Like that's kind of what my mission was. I wanted to make music that people would know it's my sound as soon as they hear it, right? Because the industry is pretty saturated right now. There's like tons of producers, tons of people making house music, tons of people making this and that, right?
Right.
I really wanted to have my own kind of sound stand out. So it took a while to like develop my sound, but now I got it, right? And now I want to kind of like build that, like change it like every year and like build upon that, right? Yeah.
Talk to me about the name Haus of Panda. It's a unique name.
Yeah.
and you go by Panda too. You call me, you're like, hey, it's Panda. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Well, that's why I went with Haus of Panda, because like everybody calls me Panda. It's been my nickname since I was a kid, right? Like when I was younger, I was like a little bit more chubby. I love food, so everybody call me Panda.
Yeah.
And my DJ name when I wasn't even producing, I was just like a local DJ, was DJ Panda Funk. But I couldn't keep that name because Dioro has a label called Panda Funk. So I wanted to change that. I wanted to be like Haus of Panda, like I wanted to make house music, like bass house, beat house, whatever, right? So all different kinds of house music under my name.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Like as far as once the name has been established, right? What we said was when we made Two of Rise, like, oh, what is Two of Rise? But we're the ones who make
Tool for Rise,
Yeah.
and the people we bring on. As far as House of Panda, when you first put it out there, were people like, hey, what is this, and what is going on
Yeah,
here?
I mean, some people thought it was like a collective or like, you know, 'cause people don't know what it is yet, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So until they hear the music, that's when they get familiar with it.
Mm.
So every kind of brand, every kind of like new name, people have to get familiar with what it is or what the music is attached to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the jacket too, the branding. And
Yo, I got this today. Shout out my boy Pedro.
Pedro.
Reese. Yo.
Yeah.
that guy's insane.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as art and everything, he
Genius.
kills it.
Yeah.
Have you always been into the EDM scene? Like, is that always what you wanted to do from the start, or was there something?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much since like high school. It's like I started going to raves when I was 15.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't be going to raves when you're 15. Yeah.
Who was stuff? Or
Yeah, like his early raves at like warehouses and stuff, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah. And then I fell in love with the scene. Wanted to DJ, and then after DJing, like I wanted to make my own music because I don't want to just be a local DJ. You know, I want to like have music I'm playing all over the world and stuff. But yeah, I've always been into like dance music, EDM. But I also love everything else too. Like I listen to hip hop, I listen to R&B, listen to rock. I love rock. So,
Yeah.
Like I like everything. You know, I don't just listen to one thing.
I'm sure there's a bunch of aspiring DJs or aspiring music artists out there. Talk to them about the beginning stages, right? Like just getting
Yeah.
the setup or getting the first song, and it may not be the greatest thing that you ever
Yeah.
created, but what is that
It's-
struggle in life through?
It's just repetition. Like your first song that you make is not gonna be good. Like that's just facts.
Of course.
Like you gotta do like, you know, they got the 10,000 hour rule. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta like repeat, and then the more you do it, the better you get, right? Then eventually you get to a level where you're comfortable and you're finishing stuff that sounds professional. And then once you get to that kind of skill level, then you can start shopping your stuff around and building up your brand, right? But you want to develop those skills first. Yeah.
What was those repetitions like? Like, you know, when you go to work out, you don't see the results
Yeah.
immediately.
It's just like finishing as many songs as you can.
Yeah.
You know, every song you finish, you're gonna find a mistake that you did or how you can improve on the next one, right? So just finishing nonstop songs, like same thing as like writers that write books, right? Like they write so many different drafts until they get the one that's good, right? So it's kind of like that. Yeah.
And then what kept you to keep going? Because sometimes when you do the first thing and it doesn't turn out the way you want it, it's easier to
Yeah.
get discouraged. What's pulling you towards making better and better music?
Yeah, you gotta like pretty much be self-motivated, right? Like you gotta have a why you want to do this. If you want to just do it just to be famous or to make money or to get girls, it's not gonna work out because that's not a strong why, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
Because there's gonna be days where you feel like you're making some like pretty crappy music and you're not gonna want to continue, right? So you need to like remind yourself that this is like part of the journey and you're gonna have like ups and downs and stuff. So yeah.
Was there ever a moment in that journey you were like, man, I'm not cut out for this. Like, I can't do this. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely days. I mean, like, you know, especially because it's very easy to compare yourself to everybody else,
100%,
right?
yeah.
There's so many artists out here, and you're seeing people play lineups like, oh, why am I not on there? Why am I not getting booked or whatever? But you have to like just refocus on yourself and be like, this is my journey and it's different, right? Like nobody has the same journey. Like someone blows up at 18 or someone blows up at like when they're 35, right? Everybody's different. So
We had Faraja on the show just earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about your guys' dynamic and how you guys motivate each other to make good music and you guys have
Yeah.
become established.
Yeah.
What is that like friendly competition like? What is it like having someone like him or having other guys that you look up to?
Yeah, like I mean, I would consider him like my kind of like my music family, you know?
Yeah.
Like we can always bounce ideas off each other. We make music together and help each other out, right? Like I help him master his music. He helps me with the music side. Like I'm not really good at music theory.
Sure.
So if it's something very intricate, I need help on the music theory side. I'm like, yo, can you check this and make sure that I'm not like messing this up? Yeah.
so what's the process looking like for like an unfinished song to a finished song, right? Are you in the studio like perfecting it to the like minute, or
Yeah. I
is it
mean,
like once you get a hit, you're like, okay, that's it?
no, I'm definitely like perfectionist,
Yeah.
which is like bad because I don't give out that advice. So
Right.
when people send me stuff and they want to like give revisions on it,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's done. Stop messing with it.
Yeah.
Just put it out.
Yeah.
But I do that myself, and I'm like, I need to break that habit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
because I'll be like, even like the week of release, I'll still change something and send it the master to my distributors like, yo, can you replace this?
Yeah.
It's just so bad to do because I shouldn't hang on to it. I just let it go.
All right, guys, just interrupting this episode for a quick message. As you can tell, we have a nice setup here, and our graphic is brought to you by Excel Graphics. If you guys ever need anything, those are the guys who have shown us love and got it done for us. So be sure to check them out. It'll be linked in the descriptions. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. And yeah, peace. What's the grind like now, right? You've established yourself as a reputable artist in the city, and especially in the scene. What is it? Has the grind changed at all, or is it still the hustle going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm busy. I have like, you know, my own project to take care of. I have the record label to take care of, and then, you know, just like the record label itself is like, I kind of have to micromanage all these different artists, right?
Okay.
So I got to stay on top of that, and then take care of my stuff too, right?
So was that always a dream to have your own record label, to venture into all these different avenues?
No, that wasn't the dream in the beginning. That kind of just like happened because I have this speed house thing, which I'm known for my sound.
Right.
And then I started getting all these demos from different artists around the world, and they're sending me speed house demos.
Right.
So my friend Tommy Sunshine, he's like, why don't you just start your own record label and you can sign all these songs? And I was like, I could do it. I'm like, I might as well.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, you know, something that keeps me busy. I'm putting out music like every week. Yeah.
So what is the business end looking like as a record label? What position are you as a executive? Are you a manager?
Yeah.
Like how do you, and how many people do you have under you that you're running with?
It's just me, man. We're a small boutique label, so I'm just out here doing the one-man army thing, you know.
I like it.
I do get help. Like I help with Faja. Faja helps me check demos. I do all the contracting, signing, all the scheduling myself.
Sure.
I have another artist that helps me with the graphics. So yeah, it's kind of like just like the family of the label helping each other out, right? But eventually I have to get someone to manage it and this and that, because like it'll get too busy when I'm busy with my own stuff, right?
Of course.
What like, talk to me about that feeling when like Diplo like played your music or they played one of your tracks. Like that must have been insane.
Yeah,
man.
that's when I was just starting too, and I was like, oh man, like I wonder how he got the song. So he must have got it from like some record pool or something like that. And then, you know, it just keeps you motivated to keep making music because, you know, bigger artists are, you know, down with the music.
Yeah.
Were you jumping around the house? What was the feeling the moment it happened?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, like even though like I'm here 4 years later, I have to remind myself to like celebrate those kind of small wins, because over time you get used to it. Oh yeah, like this guy played that song. It's like, you know, like, you know, it becomes normal, but you need to stay humble, stay grateful, and celebrate your small wins, right? Yeah.
How important is that in though? Like, you know, a lot of people, I'm sure your first set ever was like the scariest thing.
Yeah.
And now you're playing in front of like almost like 3,000 to 7,000.
10,000 people.
I still get nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's very important to like kind of like remind yourself that how far you've come, because sometimes it can get frustrating at this level because you're trying to get to the next level, but you need to realize that you've come from a long way, like when you first started, right?
And it's only going to get bigger and bigger. You're only on the rise.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? To do bigger things. Yeah.
What is like? Do you think there will ever be a moment where you think like, oh, I've made it? I've satisfied my needs. What is that? Does that mean like a world tour? Does it mean EDC? What does that mean?
I think that's when it's a world tour. But even then, I wouldn't want to think that I can just rest. You know, because this game's very like dog eat dog. Like once you think you can rest, you can't rest because there's some new kid coming up that will like work harder than you. Right? You gotta outwork everybody else, because everybody wants, this is the best job in the world. To travel and DJ and get paid is the best job in the world.
Does that ever get repetitive? Like, does that ever mentally affect you that like, hey man, there's always someone out there that's working maybe harder than me or less than me?
No, because I really try to just focus on myself. You know, like I used to have that kind of mindset, and it would just mess me up.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, just like kind of train myself to only focus on what I'm doing and like kind of ignore the noise, right?
Yeah.
It's very easy to get distracted and like see what someone else is doing and like like have it like mess with your morale and how you want to work and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the lifestyle, because as an artist, as a like, you're traveling everywhere, right? Especially at the higher end.
Yeah.
Especially at the have you got a taste of the lifestyle? Talk to me about the lifestyle, the fan interactions, the people coming up to you.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Especially because we make this music on the computers in our bedrooms, right? And like to play a show, and you know, people like that know the lyrics or they know the beat or whatever. It's amazing. It's like the best feeling in the world, right? Yeah, lifestyle is it's obviously a party lifestyle, but I don't really party that hard anymore. I had my party days when I was like 15 to like 25. You know, now I have to like kind of get serious. Like I'll drink a little bit, but you know, I don't go off. You know,
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it more of a shift in like a business mindset now? It's more of business rather than party.
Yeah, because like if you party all the time, eventually it's gonna catch up to you, right? So
Yeah, 100%.
I want to be here for a long time. You know.
I like it. As far as motivation for like, are there people that message you and want to be in the position you are, and then what do you say to those people?
Yeah, I just kind of give them the same advice that I just said here, right? Like, you know, like just focus on yourself and, you know, like take these small steps to build your brand and build your music, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm interrupting the podcast to say a quick thanks to our guys at Mismatch Clothing for hooking it up with the t-shirts. Insane quality. Thank you so much, John. Make sure to check them out in the description below. We'll tag everything there. And back to the episode. Peace. Let's get into the business, right? Like a lot of people like right now, like social media, like everyone's throwing their like highlight reels on there, like they're living their best life, right? And especially as a DJ, like everyone's like partying every day, like they're on yachts and stuff.
Yeah.
How real is that, and how important is it to stay true to yourself in that occasion?
Like that is only a fraction of it, right? Like most of the time, these DJs are in the studio just like grinding, trying to make music, getting frustrated. Like, you know, like that is a highlight because that is the highlight, but like that's not most of it. That's like 20%, you know.
Right.
So,
As far as I was gonna ask about getting recognized, but you touched on Tiesto and all of that. But and when the business end catches up, like, is there a side to the music world that not many people going in? Because you probably went in, you're like, I want to make music, I want to enjoy. But is there a side of the industry that you realize, oh, this is also a part I have to learn?
Yeah, I mean, the music business is a business. People don't understand that sometimes. They want to go into it. Oh, I just need to make music and get signed by a record label and I'm done. Yeah, there's a lot of like music things you have to know so you don't get taken advantage of either, right? So yeah, definitely like that's like something new artists should learn is like the business side of it before they get like really into it, right? Like, because it's good to know what's going on so you don't get taken advantage of.
Sure.
I mean, as an artist, you have those ups and you also have those downs.
Yeah.
Like, what are some stories, or if you have any, that like you can share that maybe in the highest of times or even in the lowest of times?
I mean, the highest times is whenever I'm on stage, right? Those are always the best moments. I mean, the lowest is like when COVID happened, that was really bad, right? Because things were going really good. I moved to Toronto, and then things were going really good there, and then COVID happened, and everything shut down, and then it was like super depressing because we're in lockdown, can't see your friends, can't go nowhere, can't play shows. You can make music, but like you need that human interaction because we're humans and we need that social interaction. And it's like, even though I'm doing live stream parties and live stream festivals, it's not the same. No, it's not the same.
Yeah. Any advice you can give to the listeners out there that are tuning in and wanting to start EDM or start making music?
Just be passionate. Figure out like what your sound is, what you want to do exactly. Have like kind of like a clear vision of like your project, right? And never stop learning. Never stop learning. Yeah.
You go from being on stage and there's like rush of adrenaline to like the nightfall and you're in your bed and you're calm and
I mean, like,
is it hard to balance those two?
No, I mean, I try to stay pretty healthy and stuff. Like I go to the gym, I meditate, you know, I try to eat healthy. Try not to party like I try not to party like if I'm not doing gigs. I try not to just party just cause, right? I'd rather just work. But I mean, going on stage and like even just now going to my green room after, I was just sitting there. I was like, I need like a couple minutes to chill because my brain is like, you know, going. Yeah.
Does that ever get like tiring? Like always performing, and then going back to your normal life?
I mean, I haven't had like a stretch where I got tired of it. I do get homesick sometimes, right? But I mean, I love performing, right? That's my thing. I always say that I'll always be
do a 360. You got your fans, do a 360.
I always say like I'm always a raver first,
a
DJ second, and a producer third.
Okay.
Right? So I love performing. I love just attending festivals and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love the scene so much. Yeah.
Does it ever feel like a job? Like, does it ever?
The only job part is like the emails and like the contracts and that kind of stuff, right? But like, man, when I'm DJing, like it's like I love it, right? It doesn't feel like work at all.
Yeah.
Was this your dream ever since a child? Like where did this stem from?
No, I mean, I think this kind of happened like when I first started DJing when I was like 19 or 20.
Okay.
When I first picked up my decks, but yeah, for some reason I thought like just DJing was the way, but it's not. You need to have like your own music and stuff, right?
Why did you even pick up the decks? What inspired you to do
Yeah,
that?
funny story. One of my friends in Winnipeg here, he was a big DJ here, and I would always go to his parties, and I would always bug him to play songs.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yo, this would sound fire next. Like, yo, this would sound good next. I'm like, yo, why don't I just try to DJ?
He's like, do it yourself.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, why don't I just pick up some decks and like try to learn this thing? And then, yeah, I fell in love with it after, right? So,
How was that learning journey? Like, sorry.
oh man, like, learning. I mean, well, learning to DJ is easier than learning to produce. Learning to produce is a lot harder, right? But, yeah, it's like riding a bike. Once you get it, though, it's like, you know, it's built in.
As far as producing goes, are you producing things that you think your audience will like, or is it out of whatever you think, or are you able to tell a story, or is it personal?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like both, but mostly what I like, because when I first started making like speed house, it wasn't like a popular thing. Like because it's like it's fast, right?
Yeah.
And it's like bass house electro at like 150 BPM. So, you know, some people are not into that, but I mean, I like it. I'm like, I'm gonna keep making it, and then, you know, now like I have label with artists from all over the world making this kind of music, right? So, yeah, it's good to like whatever you like, you know, just like really stick to it. If you believe in it and like you feel like people will dig this, then, you know, just do it.
How do you keep the crowd entertained while you're engaged while you're performing? Like, is there like any tricks that you do, or like, you know, hit them with a song they know first, and then like
yeah, I mean, I'm a big like advocate for programming your set, like having like where you want to go with your set, right? So it's just like kind of feeling out the energy in the crowd too. So like sometimes you want to play something like one thing familiar, or like at least like not play all things that are like unfamiliar. But it depends what kind of crowd you're playing too, right? Like a more commercial crowd will want stuff like that's familiar. Yeah. A crowd that's more underground, they want to hear things that are like like they don't know, because they're looking for new music, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Has there been moments when the crowd's just not feeling it?
Oh yeah, I mean, those are learning experiences, right? So you know, like not to let a song play too long, or not to like switch to this or switch to that, right? And over time, you just learn. So yeah.
Okay. As far as I know, we already asked for the advice thing, but you came off your set now.
Yeah.
You're done the summer sound. Now you just gotta enjoy the rest of the night. What's the plans coming up? What are something that people can look forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hang out, and then I'm gonna play the after party too.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play the after party at OV.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is live or
it's not live. No, you're good. You're good.
I don't know if people are gonna see this, but yeah, I'm one of the like surprise guests at OV. So.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, I guess.
Has that been released right now? Did you guys release the lineup?
No. Well, I think we just announced it like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any new music coming out, or anything the audience can look into for the future?
I just put out a new track yesterday.
Right. Yeah. I saw
Traffic.
Yep.
And then got an EP coming out in July on one of my dream labels. So I'll be announcing that soon.
Okay.
Big moves, my friend.
Trying, bro. Trying, man.
We gotta get you in the studio sometime soon where we can actually hear you better.
yeah, for sure, man. Like, I mean, let me know. I actually love doing podcasts. I love giving advice to like people and like new artists and stuff, right?
Yeah,
so,
100%.
It's definitely good.
All right.
I think we call it quits there.
Hell yeah.
All right. On that note, I think it's a perfect way to end up the podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to check out Haus of Panda. We'll tag everything in the description below. And until next time, peace.
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 Thanks, Panda.